Today we will start with the development. For that, right, first what we'll do, right, we'll add the data. As everyone knows how to add the data, we have to go to settings, add data, click on upload. Here I have to select the file. Okay, so here I have some multiple files over here, so I'm selecting the access log. So whenever we select a log, right, what will happen, right, when we go click on next, the source type will be selected automatically. So what I want to convey here, right, this access combined log is there now. This is picked automatically by the Splunk. The Splunk has read that and it has detected the source type. Okay, let us assume like if I'm passing some CSV file. Okay, so for now, right, this is something like a, I'll pull some small file. Okay, this is the data of Zomato. Okay, this should be, oh my god, it is a big file. Okay, leave it. Okay, this is the HR data. Okay, here this is the CSV file. Okay, so when I select the CSV file, which is not a log, if I click on next, right, the source type is being picked by the Splunk automatically. So Splunk has capability to detect the source type. So explicitly you don't need to mention, even in your inputs.conf file also explicitly it is not required. It has intelligence to detect. This is the one point which I want to make. Now I'm going back to the access log. So that's why it is picking the source by default. If you select something like a VAS log or something, no, Splunk has intelligence, it will select the source type by default. So here I'm creating a new index in this page, right? You will be creating the new index. What I will do, right? I will create an index and this index name I will name it as app. Okay. I'm just giving an IP address. Okay. Instead of localhost, I'm giving the IP address and clicking on review and submit. As everyone know, right, till here everyone knows. So if you want to fetch the data, what you can do, right, you can call with the index. I think, yeah, if I give index is equal to app, you will get the all the data till now, you know. Okay, so let us assume like if I want to filter, first we'll analyze the first 2-3 minutes, we will analyze the fields whatever it has created. So as I mentioned earlier, right, Splunk will detect the a key value of pairs and some status codes and all those stuff. Okay, based on that, right, it will create the fields. So if you see this get, there is something called method. Yeah, here there is method. If I click on this method, it is getting post and get. If you see something like product ID and all, right, these are all the fields. Using these fields only we will do the queries. It's like a column or whatever. Okay, in your DB, but here, right, will in Splunk will call them as the fields. So let us assume there is something like mm, some product IDs are there. Okay, now I want to select G01. Okay, there are two products here. Okay, I'm picking one product and I'm picking the second product over here. These are the two products. Okay, so what I will do, right, for now I want to search this product. So how I can search, I can directly give this. Okay, it will fetch me. Now if you see the product IDs, it is displaying a whole list. If I want to search for this explicitly, I can give this. So previously there are 13,000 events. If I click on all time, here I am able to see 13k events. But when I searched with this keyword, when I filtered with this keyword, okay, with this product ID, I am able to see only the 816 events. Okay, I am able to see only 816 events. Now
Okay.
there will be something like there are some cases like I will pick one thing here. I want to search for something like this, some string I want to search, not the keyword. I want to do it. Yeah, I will search for this. Okay, this is the product ID. In this, if I want to search for this, right, how the Splunk will recognize, no? It will treat this as a separate field, 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 and this as a separate field. So what we have to do it, right, whenever we are enclosing, like whenever you are giving a string or a text which contains some spaces and all those, right, we have to enclose within the double quotes. Okay,
So if you are enclosing it in double quotes means that is a single word.
single word, else it will treat everything as a like a separate text, individual text. Okay, now here when I tried with this key with this, what is this? This is the product ID which I have mentioned. So I want to I have one use case, like I want to here I'm having two products basically. Okay, first I'm searching this, and second I am searching this product ID. Okay, if I put like this, right, it won't display anything. So how the search pattern will work, no, just a second. How the search pattern will work, right, if there are some thousand if there are some uh, thousand events, okay, and if I will filter with this parameter, okay, if I filter with this parameter, okay, now only the events related to this one will be fetched. Here in this 1000 events I am having some 50 products. Let us assume like this is the product ID, no, this is the product IDs. In my 1000 events I'm having some 20 products, let us assume. Okay, I'm having 20 products. Whenever we do a search, right, only this pattern will be filtered, the rest will be ignored. So we have to use operators to do this. We have to use the operators to do the search, like if you want to combine or exclude or whatever, if you want to do, right, then you have to use the
Correct.
operators like or, okay, and, okay.
So if you want to include both the given product IDs into the search string,
Yes,
so we
yes,
have to make use of operator.
yes, correct. Or, so what I will do, right, I will make it more meaningful. So instead of searching, there are two cases here. Okay, one is like if I search with this one and this one, right, what will happen now? It will give me the events of both. Okay, I will put the same there. Okay, in my Splunk, I will put something like this. Okay, I am searching with first product or this one. If I click on all time, right, here, if you see the product, I'm getting two fields. But there is one problem here. I didn't specify this text to be present. What happens, right, whenever I give search here, right, it will search in this log in the complete text. Let us assume, okay, this is my, where is my product ID? Yeah, we have some product ID like this, right? So one problem is currently, right, I have my string like this. Okay, with this query, whatever I have, the problem is I'm not specifying my in my search criteria like product ID should be something like this. Okay, I'm not specifying the product ID should be this. The the problem with this query, right? If somewhere in any of the code, if it contains this, okay, it is something like product added. So my query has something like this, means here I'm having one string with the same content, here I'm having the string with the same content. The problem is if I give, right, both will be fetched. If it sees any string in the Splunk log, right, in that event, right, that record should be fetched. So in order to make this product ID is equal to, if I my pattern is I want to search only this product ID which is equal to this one, irrespective of whether the string is displayed in the event, right, I am not bothered. So what I have to do, right, I have to give something like product ID here. Okay, how it is product ID? Hmm, product ID, all product, yeah, ID. I have to give something like this. If I give product ID equal to this one or this one, right, then only the events will be fetched properly. So if you see here, right, I'll be getting two same thing. But if I attach this product ID, right, it will search the pattern which is matching this product ID. Let us assume if I have this string somewhere at the end, like, you understood, no? Somewhere at the end saying like added, product added, and success is there, no? It will also fetch in the older case. If I put product ID is equal to this one, right, only the pattern which is having product ID is equal to this one and this one will be fetched. If it is displayed in the non-key value pair also, if the string is present, if the same string whatever I'm having here, right, if it is present here, right, as an extra line, it won't detect. Okay, understood, huh? Any doubt?
Vikram, here the in between product code, so we have hyphens, right? So just because the product code is having hyphens, so it is able to conclude that it is a single word, is it?
Yeah, if we can give like this also, not an issue.
Because we haven't gave any double quotes, right? That's why I'm asking.
It's, yeah, we can, it's as it is hyphen, we are not giving. Okay,
Okay.
got it?
Yes, Vikram.
So let us assume like, yeah, so I have my use case something like this. So I want to see, okay, what are the item products that are part of the, or, yeah, my use case is like customer asked me like what are the most items that are being removed from cart by a customer. Okay, here, right, there are multiple actions here like add to cart, view, purchase, remove, and change quantity. So my customer has told me like, boss, I want to know, to improve my business, I want to know the products that customers are removing from their cart, right? So I can choose something like action equal to, I can state as remove, action, correct, action remove. If I give action is equal to remove, right, then in my product IDs I can see there are 16 products that are part of my that customers are usually removing. Okay, and okay, we'll take one more example. So I will take what we have. Okay, is there anything called client? Okay, client IP is also there. Fine. So my customer, there is one more. We'll come back to that one later. Okay. So my customer has asked me like how many people are logging into the system, like how many clients. Okay. So in this like peak hour or whatever. So let us assume like on a particular day. So how many people are accessing the application? So here, right, I'm having something called as a client IP. Okay, client IP is like if you use this is the IP address of the client from which he has logged in. So I can say simply like stats. Okay, so if you see this, right, DC is nothing but distinct count. So what this DC will give you, right, there are around like 182 unique IPs. Okay, stats command will give the stat 6. Okay, DC command, right, distinct count will give me the unique number of IP addresses. Okay, distinct count of client IP if I give, right, it will give me the distinct IP addresses flow from, I can tell, right, from 182 users has been logged into my system. Clear? What is this DC will give you? Like here if you say there are like multiple actions, right, here there are there is something like action. In that action there are multiple operations. Okay, so there is something like purchase, add to cart, view, remove, change quality. Okay, let us assume like this is the retail uh, retail application like e-cart application. So every sprint, right, the people are adding this stuff. Like one day they will do add, view, remove, change quality, and next day, right, they will add one more feature like payments to bank. Okay, add address functionality, something like that they're trying to add every day. So as a user, right, I want to know how many features are implemented. So this is, let us assume like you are developing one feature, this is 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 one feature. Totally there are 1 2 3 4 5 features. So as the sprint progresses, right, you will be you will be having like these features added. Okay, now I want to prepare a dashboard and I want to see the features. Out of 100 features, how many are completed? For that, right, I can give the same command stats DC. I can give like action. If I give this action, right, it will give me the count of the features that are present, or the actions that are present. Got it? How to use DC command, distinct count? Instead of giving a list, it will give you the number. Okay, if I give, understood or not?
Yes, Vikram.
So there is one field called like command called as table. Okay, if I give like this, no, it will display these multiple fields on the left side. I want to put it in a table format, like in a SQL, right? How you will have table. I want to arrange that stuff in a sequential manner in a table format. I can do that using this table command. I can use this table and I can give the commands like, I can give the field names like action, comma. Now I want action and I want, I will put something like method. Okay. So leave, there are some blanks actually in that action field, right? Looks like the data has some blanks. That's why it is displaying like that. Okay. So it is giving me the table format, okay, of the data. Okay. Now, just a second. It is giving me the table format. Okay. Now, okay, action. If I give like this, no, no, pass. Okay. I will write multiple fields. Here I am giving, okay, action, comma, client IP, comma. Here I can give bytes, okay, comma, sorry, table I have to give. So if I give table followed by these fields, no, it will put everything in one order or like in a one table. Okay, bytes, comma, I will put something like method. Now you see, you got action is one method. Okay, or action, in action, right, you are having add to cart, purchase, and there are some blank values also. Further, right, it consumed this much time, like this much bytes, and it has put the, whether it is a post, get, or something, right, it is giving that method name also. Okay, so like what, how we can do, right, we can filter it out basically. Once we get this metric, right, I can play with it. So I will tell, now I will, one second, stats, mm, mm. So basically this table command, right, sorry, the table command will give the fields in this tabular format. Okay, if you want to present something, right, you can use this. Okay, client type didn't come. Why client type didn't come? Did I make any mistake?
Maybe P caps.
No, yeah, I caps, I, yeah, normally, right, you will get the data like this. You can present it like this. Okay, if you exclude, right, this action, it will be more meaningful. So from this client, from this client, for this post method, this much bytes are consumed. From this IP get method, this much are consumed. Okay, something like that. It will give duplicates because it will search every event. So we can do submit and all those in future. Okay, there will be some commands. First, right, we'll see these basics, like table is, will put like this. Okay, now if you go back to that older stuff, no, where we had, so if you want to search for this, right, directly you can add. Okay, you can give a left click sorry, yeah, left click, and you can add like this. Okay, if you want. Okay, now why it is showing to add and purchase? Ideally it should be only one, no? Action is equal to add to cart. Why it is showing like purchase?
So under the action, it has two sub elements. Looks like.
No, 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 no. It should be only one. Yeah. Why did it show? Now I will tell you. So here, right, when I give action is equal to, that's what I'm telling, that quotes. If I give like this, right, what will happen? No, it will search only action equal to add to cart. Okay. If I give completely like this, if I put this inverted, sorry, quotes here, no, this will be treated as a string. So why it is showing this action 2, no, there is somewhere in purchase element. Okay, I'm having this text action is equal to add to cart. If you take, see, in this text, you see action is equal to purchase. In that I'm having another text called action is equal to add to cart. So if you enclose anything in the quotes, right, this will be treated as a string and it will be fetched. Okay, if I give per, here you understood, no, this is really good example. If I give in quotes action is equal to add to cart, the same string, okay, is present here also. Okay, but this is the method which I am calling. Okay, this is redirection URL, something which we are not worried, but my scope is only this. My scope is not here. Even though the log is same, if you give anything in quotes, right, it will match the exact pattern. Okay, it won't do any manipulation, it will just match the exact pattern. Okay, but if I remove these quotes, no, then it will become like a key value pair. So I am searching, this is my key or this is my value, field value. Let us assume like if I give like this now, it will become like a value pair. That's why in my action I'm not having purchase now, but I can put like
Is it
this.
same? Is it same? Ah, yes, exactly. I'm going to ask the same.
I can put like this. Nothing is going to happen, but I should not enclose like this. If I include it like this now, it won't be treated as a key value pair, sorry, field value pair. It will be treated as a complete text pattern matching. Okay, and I can give, I want to know the events which are the items which are success and which are added to cart. Here, right, there is something like status. In my status, there is 200, 408, 406, 400, 500, and many are there. So if I categorize there, right, if it is a 200, it is a successful. Which is not 200 in this case is not a, it's a failed transaction. So if I want to apply my logic only on the positive transactions, right, then I have to give action is equal to add to cart, and I will give status equal to 200. Got it? Now if you go and see right here in my status, I will be able to see only 200. Got it? Because okay, my, so I'm, you understood, no, this is clear. If I give status is equal to 200, I'm getting only the events which are where the action is add to cart and which are successful. Okay, now I am a developer, I'm troubleshooting. So what I have to give, if I give the same like this, no, now I am presented with something like 400, 406, 400, 406, 408. Okay. So then what I have to give? If I want to troubleshoot 400 errors, 400 series errors, what I have to do? Status is equal to 400. Okay. I can give, or status equal to 404, or like 406, I think. 400, 406, 408. So I have to give something like this. Then it will display only 400, 406 and 408 errors. Okay, which are 400 series. But this is the bad idea. So if I have something like 410 or 412, it won't detect. So what I can do,
You
right?
have to give
I can
regular
give
expression
something like, yeah,
for
I
double.
can give something like 4 star. Then it will display all the status which are with 400 series. Okay, so now I'm troubleshooting. I can prepare dashboard something like this. Now, okay, I will put first 200 series. Okay, 2 star I will give. Okay, now okay, app action is equal to this one, and I will give, I want the count. Okay, stats count will give the count. Okay, now I am putting into visualization. Here I have to select something like some number. Okay, I will select this number. Okay, now I will save it as a dashboard panel. Here I'm creating a new dashboard, uh, something like Splunk dashboard. This title is add to cart. Okay, now if I click on view dashboard, now here I'm getting add to cart past transactions. I will go back to my older page. Now I will give something like stats. Here I will give something like greater than.
Is it possible to group by for that
Yeah,
count?
yeah, we'll see that group by and all those. Okay,
Okay.
so now if you go here, no, yeah, here there are some. If I go to here, right, if I click on events, right, I won't see any data. For that, right, I have to go to my verbose mode. If I go to verbose mode, then I can see my data in events. So if you see status, right, whatever is greater than 400, I'm getting that count. These are all the failed transactions. So I can create a dashboard. Okay, 1 second. So whatever the query I had, no, here, oh my, okay, something messed up. Just give me a second. Yeah, these are the failed transactions. Now what I will do, right, I will add this to my existing dashboard. What I can do, right, I've already created one dashboard. Add to cart. Okay, I will edit it. I give past transactions. No, that is wrong actually. 1 second. sorry. Okay, so yeah, here I will rename it as add to cart feature analysis. Here I'm giving something like total past transactions. Okay, fine. Now I want to add one more stuff here. Okay, I can click on something like here. Okay, from here I can directly add. I can click on save as and dashboard panel. Same thing I can do. Else what I can do now? I can click on the dashboard, the same page of dashboard. That is something like add panel. Here I have to select a new. There will be something like a number chart, single value. Yeah, I have to select this single value and I have to paste my query here. Okay, I have to paste
Even
my
we can
query
select
here.
statistics table also, right, Vikram?
Yeah, we can put that will come. Okay, we'll discuss one by one. Total failed transactions. Okay, and I can use, I have to select all time here, add to dashboard and click on save. So maybe I have to edit here with the same name. Something like that we can prepare. Okay, now boss, for me I don't know what are the indexes that are present. Okay, now I don't know like what are the indexes that are present in the Splunk. So I am a layman, I'm joined the project newly. For in order to search, right, I need to at least know the index name, no? So if you don't know the index name also, it's not an issue. So there will be one command called as like slash, okay, pipe rest, okay, slash services slash indexes. So this is the regular command for any project in any Splunk environment. If you give this command, no, sorry, it will give something like some content like this. Okay, it will give multiple rows and all those. Okay, you'll have a big table which will be displayed in that, right? What I have to do, right, I have to look for some field called title. Okay, here I have to see for that field called title. Home path, basically this will give you all the information about your indexes. Okay, so I will use search. Yeah, title is here itself. Okay, so this is the index name. I can put something like table so whatever are starting with this underscore are like internal indexes. Okay, the same internal indexes can be seen here also. If you go to settings and if you click on these indexes, right, you will get this. These are all internal index. Whatever is starting with underscore, whatever is starting with this one, no, like app or whatever, right? So every Splunk will have something like summary, Splunk logger, main, history. Okay, these are all system defined. Okay, like that we can we'll be able to know. So okay, my stuff for this one. Okay, I want some in here. No, this is the index which I require. If you are having 4 5, you can ask your other team members. I'm having these 4 5 indexes. Let me know which one I have to check. In which one I have to check. Okay, like this you can get the indexes. So here there will be one thing. If you see here, no, if you see the app, right, this is system, this is search. Okay, this is present in the search app. Okay, and if you see the actions, right, everything will be disabled for the system defined thing. You can't delete or disable this stuff. Only the stuff which you can delete or disable in your environment, you won't get this option. Only administrator will get it. So you can't search here. Okay, only way you have to search is here only. In your own environment, right, if you go and you can't see these indexes, you won't this section at all. If only for the administrator, he will have access. For Splunk developer, you won't see this. So the only way is to search here. So maybe like after the end of the course, right, you will be knowing like what are internal indexes, okay, what are like system indexes and user defined indexes. So normally it will have the project name, no, like your project is something like Amazon or something, no, you will have Amazon underscore something, some name, application, or Amazon project name underscore app or something, app server underscore some other thing. Okay, like that you will
Project
be.
Vikram, I just gave the same query, same search string, whatever you are giving in the new search box. So I'm able to see the list of indexes, but none of the indexes, unfortunately, are the one which we are using for our project. So is there something wrong with the search string
Maybe
that I
there is
have given?
something
So
like or maybe did you give the same thing?
same thing exactly.
Maybe if you are there is something like roles and this stuff, no, there will be something like roles. In those roles they might have removed this capability for you guys. Else you have to give
Okay.
something like index is equal to star, but it will consume lot of resources. If you give index is equal
Mm-hmm.
to star, it will get everything. You will get all the indexes.
Okay. And where exactly we can see the names of the indexes
Here in
under?
index you will have one column
Okay.
called index. So if you give
Okay.
index is equal to star, no, but it's not a good or a better way,
Hmm.
because it will search for multiple stuff. Just you give last 5 minutes or last 1 minute and stuff. Give, no, no need of
Hmm.
putting all time or last 24 hours. It will be a CPU intensive. Now you might have able to search. Now you should be getting the indexes.
I'm just saying it.
Yeah, you will be getting. If you are having like one more thing, right, if you use something like for normally, right, you will have something like abc underscore some naming convention like app. This is very important. Okay, this is abc underscore db. This is one index. So if you want to search errors in both the stuff, right? Or this is like one index is created with app. Okay, one index is created with web. Okay. Now, if you want to search errors in both, or if you want your criteria is searching on both indexes, right? You can give star underscore star. Okay, I will make this one bigger. So just I will repeat. Let us assume like you are having two indexes. So one index is abc underscore vas. Okay, and you are having one more index vas logs. Okay, WebSphere application. Okay, one is like Apache. They have created. This is your project name. This is the application. Okay, now your manager has asked you like how many errors are there in complete, in both complete end-to-end flow. Okay, this is something like this WAS server, Apache web server will call the WAS server. Okay, I'll put something like this. First the endpoint would be Apache, and from there the some web services call or something will go to this WAS logs. So he wants to know like how many errors are there in the complete end-to-end flow. So instead of searching for first here, okay, writing a query search here and executing a query here again, no, we can give something like index is equal to was star. So this is just a sample I'm telling. You won't get any events because I don't have an index created with this, no. So you can give like this. Okay, you can use this operators also, like if you give this star, no, then it will search errors in all the indexes which are starting with abc. Okay, or there are some 5 indexes. Your case is something like this. There is something like this. You are having 3 indexes. One is like abc underscore apache, abc underscore vas, and abc underscore db. Okay, then you want to search in only middleware and db. So you can give something like this: abc underscore vas. Okay, or index is equal to abc underscore db. Or okay, you have to like this. You have to search because one project may have with the same name. You'll be having multiple indexes created like this. So you can fine tune your. You can use these operators and operator and or operator, and we can apply it on the index level also. So instead of doing the analysis separately, you can do this analysis all together. Okay, and else I will write something like this. Okay, indx index is equal to, I'll put something like app. Okay, if I give index is equal to app, I am getting some 13,000 events. If I give index is equal to, here you are seeing right, 13k, I am got 13k underscore internal, I am getting some 24k. So I can search or is equal to app. So what should happen? The number of events that should cross 30k, right? 30 or 40k. So it will cross all time. Why? Yeah, one is 1700, another is like 35k, right? So my index is applied on the two indexes. Here I can search like completely like error. Okay, totally there are like 147 errors. In that, internal index has 8 events. 8 events are errors in internal. 140 belong to this app out of 148. Like that, you can minimize the like globally you can search across multiple indexes. Okay, and there will be one command. Okay, so if you want, there will be a command something like this. Okay, this will give the metadata. There will be something like a metadata. Okay, type is equal to. So what it will give, right? It will give the metadata. Metadata in the sense like what is the first time the log has been generated. This will come in epoch time. Okay, so there will be something like epoch converter. I think you guys know what is epoch, right?
Yes, Vikram.
So like
It is the time
normal day,
generated
right?
by
It's
Unix
Unix
system.
Unix time. So this is created on something like this. Okay. Oops. So this is the first time, and from this host, last time when it recorded the logs or recent, some information it will store like a type host, how many events are there, what is the recent time it has communicated, or like that it will give some information. Okay, metadata consists of three things, right? One is host, one is source, and source types. Correct or not? I told what is metadata. Metadata has three fields. One is host, source, and source type. I can give type as host or sources also. In this metadata, I have to give sources. It will give me the same. If I give something like source types, sorry. So it will give me the like what to say, it will give the source for this source type, how many events are there. For us, right, everything is same, but in your case everything will be different, right? So if you under one index, you will be having like a multiple source and source types are there, right? Like that also you can get the event count and all those. Okay, this is just this will be useful like if you are having some 100k logs, out of that if you want to know the split and all those, right, this will be useful. Okay, so that's it for today. If you have any doubts, I will answer.
Yeah, I have no doubts, Vikram. Yeah, these are the more about axis locks, like right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, are you can yeah, sorry. Can you explain the Catalina dot outlooks?
Catalina doubt.
Yeah, like
Oh,
Apache server,
it's
Tomcat. Yeah.
simple. You don't, you are for Splunk, no, you don't bother about Catalina or VAS or whatever. Whatever you
Okay.
give, it will come here.
But that logs
Because
does not
I
contain
have
any key
uploaded
value
this
pairs.
file. If
Okay.
I have uploaded this file, that's why it is showing me this one. If I uploaded
Okay.
Catalina.log, it will show something else.
Okay. But
It depends upon
that log does not have any key value pairs like that stuff.
who,
User
which one,
defined logs is there.
which one.
Catalina dot.
It won't display.
Okay.
Some
How can I search?
you have to extract your fields. You have to write your queries and you have to extract the fields. Splunk won't discover the field. There is no rule like Splunk has to discover the field. Whatever the data
Okay.
it comes, it's not the
Okay.
Splunk's job. Whatever it knows,
Okay.
it will display or it will create the field. If it is not
Okay.
there, you have to create by your own.
Okay. Got it. Got it. got it.
Got it? So Splunk
Yeah.
won't do 100% job. Splunk will
Yeah.
do a partial job. Okay,
Okay.
because Splunk
Okay.
don't know your requirement, no?
Yeah. Correct. Yes.
And that's what we are going to learn here, right, Vikram?
Yes. So field extraction is a smaller thing. Okay. So in Splunk, right? Yeah, we will be learning, but field extraction, no? One second. Field extraction is like will be for something like there is something some other field. Let us assume, right? For this one, if I want to extract this field, we will do. But the problem is, right? Our course won't concentrate only on field extraction. Okay, there are like multiple aspects which you want to look. So we'll cover that one. Some like there will be two ways. Like one is like a field separator and regular expression. So that will be covered. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
But we won't spend some 1 hour or 2 hours or only on the field extraction, because the regular expressions and all those will be there, right? Based on your knowledge and all those you have to apply. Okay.
Okay.
It will give I can teach you like how to do.
Yeah, that's enough. Yeah,
uh,
that's enough.
okay, that's it for
Thanks,
today.
Vikram. That is my time.
Hope you enjoyed today's class, no? It is not
Yeah.
boring like before, no?
Yes, Vikram.
Yeah, I know. So but the demos class, right, I can't take all these things, but this is demo one, that's fine. But we should not put all this content, no, to the people. And demo I can't put all this stuff, right? Okay.
Yeah. One more final question. Yeah.
Yes.
Can you please share the queries better to capture it?
Okay,
Capture to
one
me.
second. Yeah, 1 second. 1 second. So the thing is like I will give this dashboard itself one day. Okay, once I don't want to delete this. Okay, I want to delete this, but if I give this dashboard to you, right? If you import, you will get it. How I will tell you like how to extrapolate and all those. Okay, this is
Okay.
only one class, right? Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you just remind me. Okay.
Okay.
Else, right? Okay, I can give, but it will come 1 second. The thing is, just a second. Yeah, I will be giving you guys 1 second. Just a second. I'll give you right away. Just a second. I will copy paste in the chat window. Else I will create one Confluence, not Confluence exactly. I will create one document and give you that access. Whatever we have executed today, these are the commands. Okay. Where's the chat? Hope you got now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vikram, we have sessions from Monday to Friday only, is it?
Like this week, right? Actually, there like 2 weeks has been wasted. So
Correct.
like Saturday, Sunday also I will take mostly. If
Okay.
like a
Fine.
morning or evening or night, right? Based on the convenient time, I will plan for
Hmm.
session, because like ideally for this earlier batch who completed admin, no, they should have completed this by now for Bharat and all other folks. So I don't want to delay.
Okay, Vikram.
Yeah, okay, just bear with me. But I will teach slowly only, not an issue. I will go with the same pace, but uh, I want to take one day, at least 2 hours or something. Okay, clear, right now? No
Sure,
doubts,
Vikram.
right? Yeah, thanks,
No,
guys.
No.
thank you. Thank you, Vikram.
Yeah, thanks.
Vikram, the content in the chat window will be available.
No, you have to
Will be
come out.
available only
You
till
have to
this session, or
No, it will be deleted post. Okay. I have copied it locally, not
fine.
an issue.
Okay.
Okay. Else I will like tomorrow onwards we will execute and we'll copy paste somewhere.
Maybe better to keep a notepad file so that it will be a reference for us even in
Yeah, I
the
will create one document.
next classes also if you want to.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Bye. Thanks.
Bye, Vikram. Thank you.
Bye.